Hey, welcome back to Wood Sports Gaming. We continue our Iowa Saints franchise as they're 8-7. They got beat yesterday. They look to bounce back and take 3 out of 4 with the Tigers on a Sunday afternoon, where Dylan Reed will be on the hill against Tigers ace Tariq Skubal. So make sure you hit that like button, share with a friend. If you have not done so, subscribe to the channel, sit back, and as
Afternoon
always,
baseball here on the show. A good one on tap for you this afternoon between the Detroit Tigers and the Saints.
And by the way, we do have to mention you do not own.
It's going to be a premier pitching matchup. Two of the league's hardest throwers go
MLB
head-to-head next.
San Diego Studios. We're just using them for entertainment purposes. Thank you. And enjoy the game.
Dylan Reed gets handed the ball for the fourth and final game of the series. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, Matt, it's not easy to bunch anything together against this guy. In his last 3 starts, he has a whip of under 1.10. So we may see some hit and run, we may see some bunting, and we may see some running, because if you want to lay around and try to get hits off this guy, that's not the right thing to do. One of the top pitchers in the game right now.
So now into the box is Zach McKinstry, and we are ready for some daytime baseball. Moore is camped under this one, and he's good for the first out. The one to watch, Dan.
Well, I got to think Spencer Torkelson is a guy that they really think is about to break out of this slump. Watching his last game, he went 0 for 4, and it just looks like he's out of sync right now. Maybe this game is the game that gets him going.
Into the box, Colt Keith. And here's a fastball not close as he runs it to 2-1 now. Fellas, you take a look at the home side here as they take the field this afternoon. They're coming off a loss last time out, but they've been playing well, winners of 5 straight prior to that game.
Hey, thanks, Matty. This is a big one here, D-Row. They've won 2 of the first 3 of this series. This swing game here, you'd like to win 3 out of 4. I know you're at this point, but boy, a split certainly would not be a good for this ball club right now.
Yeah, Dan, to win the first 2 games, all right, you can live with dropping the 3rd game of the set, but you don't want to end this 2-2. You work too hard early to not win this series.
And this is a strike 3 called. Oh, caught a break there. 2 away.
Well, that call looked like it was a little in the pitcher's favor, but it wasn't outrageous. Hey, listen, calling balls and strikes is a really tough job, and even the best are going to miss some from time to time, especially when they're sort of borderline like that last one. Not sure the hitter would want to hear that, though.
So now to the plate, Riley Green. And it's 1-2.
Only 1 strike away from throwing a very strong first inning to begin the ball game. He looks sharp.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Detroit. Half inning complete. We've got no score. Tariq Skubal, the southpaw out of Golden State. Get that for us on him, Danny.
Hey, Matt, we're getting a chance to look at a guy that's been pretty good his last 3 starts. A whip under 1.20, so he minimizes the amount of base runners. He's a tough customer. It'll be fun to watch him to see if he's on point early in this one here today.
So now here is Danny Edwards. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1.
It looked like this at bat had the makings of a leadoff walk when it started 3-0. So that's a good job not to give in and battle back to earn the strikeout. That's not always easy to do.
Into the box now, Kalen Moore. Seared down the first baseline, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. Into the windup and the pitch. On the ground to third. Fielded cleanly, and that's the 2nd out. With a moment now, let's have a look at the home team starting lineup. Mark, what's your take on him against one of the best starters in the game?
Matty, you take a look at this lineup. I find myself thinking back to my playing days when I knew I had the ace on the mound. It had to be win day, and when you get in a car to drive to the yard, you tell yourself, even though you felt bad about it, just get 2 or 3. All the pressure's on the big boy to have to execute, and he usually does. Look for this lineup to try and execute and score, manufacture 1 or 2 runs early in this one.
And it's fouled away.
Hey, last 2 pitches back-to-back, off speed, then he's late on the fastball. He could pretty much do anything he wants right here on the mound.
Swing and a miss. And second inning set to go, and next to bat will be the outfielder, Kerry Carpenter. Fastball is looked at for strike 2. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Mountcastle is there, 1 away.
All right, here's how the home side's lining up defensively. And the guy patrolling center field today, I can't emphasize this enough. If you want a good ball club, you better be strong up the middle. Center field being that main component with catcher, shortstop, and second base. This guy takes tremendous routes to the ball, strong and accurate arm, and just a leader on the field.
To the plate now, Gleyber Torres. Fouled away. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Now a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and it's 2 up, 2 down to start the second.
Hate to be Captain Obvious here, but he looks great to begin this start. That's already 3 Ks for him in the first 5 hitters. It'd be awesome to see him keep up this pace.
The batter will be Spencer Torkel, 8. One and 2 as he chases the slider.
Yeah, guys, he's got so much respect for this guy's fastball. You could tell he was out in front on that slider. I think he goes to the well one more time with that pitch.
Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. And he fouls this one off. Here he comes again, 1-2. Fouled off. Another 1-2 delivery. And it's to 2-2 now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning.
That was a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
Count remains 2-2. No score here as we play inning number 2. Didn't miss by much there. It's just a bit high.
There.
And he struck him out. A 10-pitch battle, but he finally wears him down as the inning is over. Down in order go the Tigers. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and set to go is the rookie first baseman, Shane Woods. The 1-1 home. Takes a pitch for strike number 2.
Well, that's just a nice executed pitch right there. To have the confidence to go in, pound it inside. If he's got that, this team's in trouble.
Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
In now, Matt Country Boy. Down the third baseline. And that gets through for a 1-out base hit. Now this will rattle up against the wall.
Well, now you see how difficult it is to be a catcher. This ball is really smoke, gets all the way to the wall, D-Row, but he just doesn't have the foot speed to turn this into an extra base hit.
Yeah, his calling card is definitely not his ability to run the bases. It's for offense and massaging a pitching staff.
At the plate now, Gunnar Henderson. Maybe trying to back him up a bit there with the fastball. So, fellas, these Tigers, as they begin play here today, well, they come in fresh off a victory last time out, but they've had a rough go of it of late as they've lost 7 of their last 9 games.
Hey, Matty V, you know, if there's such a good thing as splitting a series, D-Row, this is the one. They lose the first 2 games of this series, win Game 3. They'd like nothing more than to split this series and win Game 4.
Yeah, Bobby Cox always used to say, you got to take care and beat the teams you're supposed to beat and then play 500 against the really good teams. They have a chance to do that exactly today. Drop the first 2, but if they can win today.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Center fielder on the run. He gets there, and that's the 2nd out. Had a long way to go to make that running catch, and here it is again with the show track numbers. Took a great angle at it, showed nice closing speed, and ended up running close to 110 feet to finally bring it in. No doubt an efforts his teammates are appreciative of. Standing in now, Kyle Schwarber. Swung on and missed, 1-2 now. Country Boy is off of first with 2 away. Swing and a miss on the knuckle curve, and the inning is over.
Trust me when I tell you no exceptions to the rule.
Top of the 3rd set to get underway, and that'll bring in the first-year catcher, Dylan Dingler. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch.
The offense better get it going right here because they certainly can tell from their dugout. This guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
Here now the 2-2. He is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes.
Really good late bite on that slider right there. The best ones have that late action that just darts at the last minute. They're so tough to get the bat on, and when you've got that good slider going, it's a great strikeout pitch.
Into the box, Parker Meadows. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. And they'll put away now without.
Batting ninth, the 3rd baseman, number 17.
So to get his day started at the plate, Jung tried to get it going at the plate. It's been tough sledding for him so far this year. Now a big fastball, and he's well behind it with the swing. Here comes the 1-2. Misses, ball 2.
That's a great take right there. Great pitch recognition to let that one go. Opposite-handed, that's coming across the plate. You might think you got a shot to stay inside that one.
Got him swinging as he runs the fastball by him to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Detroit. Bottom of the 3rd now, and standing in the outfielder, Ryan Mountcastle. Hangs on him a bit that time as it's belted out toward deep center field. And it's gone. So it's a solo shot to dead center. Home run number 5 on the year. As they get on the board first, it's 1-0.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup, it's better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but a solo shot isn't going to be the deciding factor in a game.
Into the box now, Jacob Wilson. Skied into very shallow right. Here comes the right fielder, and he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out.
Now batting, left fielder, Danny Edwards.
Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Danny Edwards. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning. And this is low, ball 2. 2-1. And it's fouled away. And this is swung on and missed. His 5th strikeout already, and there are 2 gone in the inning. Next to hit, Kalen Moore grounded out in his last at bat. The 1-1 home. He got him. Lively fastball that time, and it puts an end to the inning. But they're off to a good start as they pick up a run on this solo shot. Street. And it's 2-1 to the Tigers' leadoff hitter. Inside for a ball as he falls behind to him here. 3-1.
Hey, throwing the ball great up until this point. Don't want to allow a leadoff walk. Needs to just focus in on his mechanics right here.
Here's a fly ball, well hit. Going back is the right fielder. On the warning track, he makes the catch.
Now batting, second baseman, Coach Keith.
Next to hit is Colt Keith. He went down looking in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, in today's game, certainly don't get completely reprimanded for too many strikeouts, but no one likes to go down looking. Expect him to be a little bit more aggressive at the dish this AB.
And there's out number 2.
The left fielder, number 31, Riley Green.
No runs, no hits, and no errors in the ballgame for the Tigers.
Lucky he got a piece right there. He was definitely late on that pitch after seeing a previous off-speed pitch.
High in the air out to center field. And no trouble for him. He makes the catch to end. So here is David Woods. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Good battle. Count remains full.
This guy's been really on point so far, but it's not getting any easier. He has to get through 4, 5, and 6 right here.
Hit in the air down the right field line. Right fielder giving chase. And now it'll kick around in the corner. Around second now and headed for third. And he'll make it into third base with a leadoff triple.
You don't really expect a leadoff hitter, especially a rookie, to hit for power, but he blasts this thing. And when he rounds first, he's thinking triple all the way. And those young legs helped him get there, too.
To the plate now, Shane Woods. Still 1-2.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating and feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out. Got him with a good high fastball there. Danny, we see a lot of that pitch in strikeout situations these days. What makes it so effective?
I think, Matt, what makes it such a tough pitch is you're changing eye levels. That fastball up looks so enticing to hit that you think you see
in the dirt and blocked behind the plate. No advance here, but it's 3-1 now. Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. Fouled away. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Catch made in center. Here comes the runner from third. And it's a sac fly and an RBI. It's now a 2-0 game.
Great job there by this power hitter. Known for driving the ball out of the ballpark. Does the job right there with the sac fly and brings the run home.
The 1-1 home. Popped him up. And that's going to land foul. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. So 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base. We played 4 full. The Saints are out on top 2. All ready to go in the top of the 5th. And that'll bring up the outfielder, Kerry Carpenter.
This is where the pressure starts to build a little bit on an offense. It's not late enough. I mean, you don't have to start panicking right now, but this is where you're looking for someone to light a spark to get back in this game.
Count even at 2-2. The pitch. And a good swing there as this is deep down the line in right, but this is going to wind up out of play. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 go. So after getting the strikeout on the fastball, not a bad time to check out our pitch speed comparison for our 2 starters. And boy, which of those 2 numbers leap out at you there? How about the 100? My goodness. 1 out now here in the Tiger 5th inning, and that'll bring up Gleyber Torres. Now the payoff pitch home. Count remains full. Hit hard to short, right to him. And there are 2 away now.
Now batting, the first baseman, Spencer.
Digging in will be Spencer Torkelson. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. 2 out, nobody on. And he fouls this one off.
Man, he's in control of all his weapons right here. 1 strike away from 5 shutout innings.
And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Detroit. They trail things here 2-0. Now to bat, Kyle Schwarber. He went down on strikes in his last at bat. And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now. The 1-2 pitch. 2-2. Off speed pitch, just missed inside. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Fouled off. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 8th pitch of the at-bat. Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first out.
That strikeout was a real good example of a pitcher continuing to make a guy chase out of the zone. When you recognize a hitter is in protect mode, you don't have to come inside the strike zone. You could just expand further and further until he literally can't touch it.
Here comes the 1-2. Line to short, but gobbled up there, and there are 2 away.
The batter, number 5.
Striding in is Jacob Wilson. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Now the 1-1 pitch. Skied into straightaway right. He's under it, and that ends the inning. Top half of the 6th about to get started, and next to hit is the catcher, Dylan Dingler. And it's fouled away. The 2-2 one more time. A bouncer up the middle. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
Hey, great forehand stop, but he had a little trouble getting rid of it. Had to take an extra step. I don't mind that, though. That's a great job to make sure he got a good handle on it and get off a good throw to get the out.
At the plate, Parker Meadows. Fouled away. And he punches out another one, make it 9 for the ball game.
Man, this guy's on his game today, not only when he's throwing strikes, but how about the amount of strikeouts? What's even more impressive, no walks up to this point. So he's pounding that zone with strikes, and he's making these hitters swing the bat.
In now, Jung. And a check swing here as he couldn't help himself, and it's ruled strike 2. The 1-2. Hit back up the middle. A diving effort here as he gets a glove on it. And not really much of a chance to recover there as he'll reach first on what undoubtedly will be scored as an infield single.
Hey, listen, D-Row, they're not going to complain at all. A base hit is a base hit, even though that's an infield single. And hopefully that's a good sign that things are about to turn for them in this one.
Yeah, there hasn't been a fight at the bat rack, per se, Dan, in this one. I don't care what knock. I don't care if it's a swinging bunt or a home run into the streets. This could get the offense going.
He's set, and the 1-2 pitch.
That's a ball.
And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. 1 left for Detroit. They're still down. It's 2-0. Kenta Maeda enters to do the pitching in the bottom of the 6th. So the batting order turns over now, and set to go. Danny Edwards struck out in his last trip to the plate. Hit the other way out toward right field. Carpenter is there to put it away for out number 1. And with 1 gone now, time for a check of the standings in the American League Central entering today as you get a look at where the Tigers find themselves entering play. Digging in next, Kalen Moore. The 2-1. Hard ground ball to third. And there's his first base hit in this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. This ball might have caught him in between hops. He looked unsure which way to turn his glove, and the next thing you know, it's by him.
Moore, a runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. And he fouls this one off. Here comes the 1-2. Is laid off for ball 2. Some action now in the Tigers bullpen as they'll get a left-hander and a right-hander up to throw. Here now the 2-2. Hit hard up the middle. And that's in there. Base hit. Long throw to third.
Dan, right here you see a situation where no doubles defense comes back to bite you. As a pitcher, were you even aware when guys are playing a foot off the track?
I'll be honest with you, D-Roy. You're so concerned about on the mound trying to get that white ball to that dark brown or black glove. I never really ever turned around.
Here comes the 1-2. Little chopper back to the mound. There's one. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. No runs on 1 base hit, 1 error in the inning, and a man left on. We're through 6 full. The Saints are out in front here, 2-0. Leading off the inning, it'll be Colt Keith, and they could use a spark from him here. Now the 1-1 pitch. Taken, strike 2.
Hey, I still believe in my heart the best pitch is a well-executed fastball down and away, and that's exactly what that is. He swings at that. That's off the end of the bat. That's not hard contact at all, and that's an easy out for the defense.
Able to protect the plate with 2 strikes, and he'll see another one.
Hey, he's been on point from the start of this game, just pounding the zone with a high 90s fastball. It almost looks like he's gotten stronger as the game's gone on.
2 balls and 2 strikes now. Here now the 2-2. High in the air down the right field line. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. Good take there to lay off the high fastball.
Yeah, well, down 2. You better believe they gladly take a leadoff walk right here. Anything to get a base runner on and get that tying run to the plate.
Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue.
Hey, this is a heck of a battle right here. Long AB. You know what? They find themselves still facing a starter. If they would have had some AB like this earlier in the game.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Edwards arranged to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the first out.
Now batting, the left fielder, Riley Green.
And now Riley Green. It's been an 0-for-2 effort for him to this point. Drilled down the line. A dive, but he can't make the play, and it's down the left field line. And now it'll kick around in the corner. And he'll reach second now with one away.
That's what you call a clutch piece of hitting. Down 2 runs, he puts himself in scoring position and brings the tying run to the plate. We'll see what they do with the base open here. This one's getting interesting.
Stepping in now, Kerry Carpenter into the corner and slicing foul.
He's going to be thinking about that pitch all night if he doesn't have a big game right here. Pulled his front shoulder and everything went with it.
And he struck him out. And there's strikeout number 11 in the ball game.
Now batting, designated hitter.
And that'll bring up Gleyber Torres. Here's the 1-2. A bouncer to the left side. He's got it. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. So it's no runs on a hit, no error. Iowa is on top here, 2-0. Brant Hunter will take over on the mound to start the bottom of the 7th. Last half of the 7th here, and next will be the power hitting catcher, Matt Country Boy. And that one yanked just foul. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Hit in the air to center field. Meadows is there, and he has it for the first out. Now at the plate, Gunnar Henderson. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away. Pretty clear he didn't like the call there on the outside part of the plate, but probably too good to take, and he's down on strikes for the 2nd time.
Yeah, that pitch was right on the black. Beautiful pitch. And even if we had robot umps, he'd still be out. But the only difference would be he wouldn't be able to complain about it. A couple of strikeouts early in the game, but he's done a much better job in this at bat trying to get ahead and put himself in a good hitter's count.
And he misses again, ball 3.
Every base runner in a close game like this really matters, so you can't afford to be giving out free passes this late.
Here is a ground ball now for the shortstop to the right of second. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as the side is retired. Now it'll be Spencer Torkelson. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. And he fires a fastball now for a called strike 2. And he struck out again. That's the 3rd time he's gone down to strikes in this one.
And this guy's been victimized 3 times already today. He and this lineup are clearly having a really tough time picking him up.
Standing in now, Dylan Dingler. 3-1 is a fastball, and he can't connect. 3-2.
Hey, it's tough when your team is being held scoreless on the scoreboard. He was trying to put him on the board with a swing like that one.
Now a flare out toward right center. Here comes the right fielder, but he won't get there. It falls in.
Obviously, as a pitcher, he wants to finish what he started. But when you have that pitch count north of 115 pitches, you have to be concerned about his health and the wear and tear on his arm. Might have to take him out of this one really soon.
Here comes Bob Melvin out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And it would appear he's seen enough of his starter this afternoon. So as he departs, he'll remain responsible for the man left to board, but he cannot lose this one. So they'll go to the bullpen now, and it'll be the left-hander here to face the upcoming left-handed batter. Into the box now, Parker Meadows, lifted down the line in left. And foul.
These are the moments that don't always show up on the highlight film right here. Big spot. They have a chance right here. This guy mixes in a knock. They have a chance to get right back in this game. If not, if he grounds into double play.
Second out of the inning. At the plate now, Jung. Tried to get that one airborne, but it's 1-2.
I know closers are known for having the nastiest stuff on the team. Exploding fastballs, devastating off speed.
We'll leave it right there as he strikes out, and that ends the inning. Tigers leave one. They trail it here 2-0. Tommy Kahnle will come on and make his 4th appearance in this campaign. Bottom of the inning now, and that'll bring up Ryan Mountcastle. The 1-1 is taken for ball 2. Oh, and he leaves that one right over the plate as this is sent high and deep out to right center field. And it is gone. A home run. Solo shot to right center. His 2nd home run of the game, as it's now a 3-0 ball game.
Well, if I was the manager, I would tell my pitchers to work on this guy. I mean, what more do they need to see? 4, 5? Jeez, enough is enough.
Into the box, Jacob Wilson. And that's into the corner, a foul ball and right. And another foul ball. And he takes ball 4. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order. So the next to bat will be Danny Edwards. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ball game. Ready with the 1-2. Reined in to second for 1, but they won't get 2 as he beats the relay to first. So that one wasn't quite hit sharply enough to turn 2.
Well, when you get a ground ball in a double play situation, you always want to turn it, but that was a tough hit to do it on. You don't want to rush and make a mistake and get no out, so that was a good job to at least get the runner going into second.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. To third. Fielded cleanly to second for 1. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. but add on one more as the solo shot stretches their lead even further. Last chance coming up for the Tigers. It's now 3-0. Cole Sands is forced onto the mound now following the injury. Kerry Carpenter will be his first assignment upon entering, as he'll bat with the runner in scoring position here and 2 away. Turned on down the line, but a foul ball, and it's full now at 3-2. A crowd of over 39,000 on their feet. Lifted down the line in left. Left fielder giving chase, and he tracks it down, and this ball game is over.
Well, just an excellent job right here closing this one out. He just collected the first save of his career. Got to start somewhere.
3-0 the final score in this one today. Iowa led this game from the 3rd inning on and never wavered. Dylan Reed earns his first win of the season, striking out 12 in the process. So that'll do it for us. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plezak, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. All set to start the 9th in this one. And coming forward now is the shortstop, Zach McKinstry.
Yeah, it's always a nightmare taking on another team's closer trying to get back into a game, especially in the 9th inning. But having your leadoff guy up to start that inning is as good as you could have hoped for. So let's see if he can get something started here.
The 2-1 home. Ground ball sent back up the middle. He's got it. Throw won't be in time as he reaches it first.
I know it wasn't pretty right there, Dan, but that has to frustrate the pitcher. Leadoff guy, anytime he gets on, usually creates a problem.
You know what, Dero, it's especially tough when you get as late in the game as we are right now. Anytime you get that leadoff guy on and have that pitcher start pitching out of the stretch, it always puts more stress on that pitcher pitching out of the stretch.
At the plate, Colt Keith. Oh, a fastball swung on and missed, and for the 2nd time today, he's gone on strikes. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
To the plate now, Riley Green. Boy, he just threw that fastball by him.
Well, that's a surprising late swing on a heater, middle cut right there. In a fastball count, he's going to have to turn it up a notch.
Oh, that hit him. Let's hope he's okay. Nice recovery play to get the 2nd out, but we'll have to make sure he's okay on the mound. Calm.
Is our final line score. First, for your victorious home team, 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. They left 4 men on base. For the Tigers, no runs, 4 hits, 1 error. They left 4 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 36 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon.